Welcome to the Making of Me podcast, where we explore the moments that shape who we have become. Today, I'm joined by Samantha Kane, founder of Roots with Awareness, a certified holistic life coach, helping people break old patterns, body, their higher self, and reclaim well-being, freedom. It's really a pleasure having you on the show, Samantha.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. So, Samantha, what were some of those challenges that shape you into who you are today?
I would say, well, from a professional standpoint, I started my coaching about 10 years ago, and I found Roots Wings Wellness as a different kind of space than what I'd been used to. I was in the corporate world and I worked in many different jobs as a teacher in mortgage. And although those were great, I was always looking for something deeper and more aligned with who I am. And when I found health coaching and life coaching, I realized that that would be a better space for me. And so now I feel like I've been in this space that is really helping me personally flourish while I'm teaching and guiding. It's like a dance between learning and also helping guide others.
Wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. Why did you get into holistic awareness and life coaching?
Because it's more aligned with what I love to do, which is helping people. And I just didn't really know what that was going to look like until I was met with life coaching. Excuse me.
Okay. Yeah, amazing. So, what does it mean to embody your higher self?
So, with your higher self, it's something where you're looking at your higher potential, your higher purpose, excuse me. You're looking at something that is outside of yourself. It's your connection to source or God or whatever you want to look at it like, whatever your beliefs are. But basically, that there's something bigger than ourselves. So your higher self is connected with divinity. When we tap into this space, it's a really beautiful place to be because we're not bogged down in our minds, in our overwhelm, and our thoughts. We're actually looking to the connection within and also to the external world around us. And so when you're tapped into your higher self, you are making better choices, you're having better thoughts about things, you're able to navigate your life in the ways that you want to when you're living from this mindset
Yeah, amazing,
and
amazing.
energy.
Yeah, I think I love the fact that it make you make more like make better decisions compared to being in your usual self, where decision sometimes is not where anticipated. Yeah, so how have your life careers or transitions shaped your perspective on growth?
So it's shifted perspective for me because as I've grown with each place that I've been in, each job, each type of position that I've had to learn about myself because you learn a lot through working with other people or working alone or working under a boss or a certain type of company. And it's not just what you can bring to the table for people, it's what can you do for yourself in your own on your own journey, in your own self evolution. And at least that's how I look at it. A lot of people out there just look at it's a job and I'm getting paid for it. I like to look at it as a space where every place I've put myself physically, I've also energetically worked through who I am being in those places. So I align more of a spiritual side to it that a lot of people just go through life unconsciously or not really paying attention or are mindful of who they're being wherever they are. But I like to look at things more holistically and see the bigger picture. And then that helps me bring to the table even more that way.
Yeah, amazing. I think that perspective is a very lovely perception to actually adopt. Being that everything, every job we do, every role we fill has a way of shaping us into who we become. So looking at it holistically, big volumes because now it makes us more intentional and make us more intentional when making decisions compared to when we didn't see them as factors that actually more like in the grand things of things. Yeah, amazing. So
Yes.
can you share more like a pattern you rewired yourself in and how others can do the same?
So I've rewired myself through knowing myself, through being really, really honest with who I am, with facing myself dead in the mirror with all my habits, with all my patterns, with all my behaviors, with knowing how I am with myself, but then how I am with others, how I react, how I respond, and the areas that I need growth in. So I've done a lot of work on me, and I always am continually. And that does take rewiring of yourself. So that's the next step. It's like once you're aware of who you are, then you can bring the rewiring in. And what that looks like is slowly taking steps in an appropriate direction for you that is going to help you with that self improvement. And then for others, I've done the same thing and continue to with whatever their specific needs are, whether it's sleep management or stress management or time management. Some people come to me and say they want to lose weight, but sometimes that's a byproduct of all the things that they've been doing that led up to there. So we're looking at all the layers of the underbelly, of underneath what caused them to get to this space. And more often than not, we'll find out it's not really the weight loss that is the concern. It's all the things that led up to that. And then we'll slowly try to recover from those spaces and repair and heal and work together to figure out how we can bring in that higher self perspective and work from a deeper alignment. And in the end, the natural organic byproduct of that is going to be that they will have better well-being, which maybe they'll have better weight management. But most of the time we find that the thing people think that they want isn't necessarily what needs to be highlighted. Sometimes it's the roots of the problem. So that's where we're able to rewire. Once we start to uncover and discover exactly what's going on and pinpoint it, we can do the rewiring from there.
Yeah, amazing. I think the part that you just start from, yeah, knowing yourself, knowing what your values are, and trying to study yourself. I think it just speak a whole lot of volume in that. When you get to know yourself, a whole lot of things, you can actually get to rewire it from there. Being that you know what those things you're looking forward to, you know what, yeah, a whole lot of things, and just hearing you make reference of it just speak good. Yeah, which you actually get to sit and know more before you actually take 1 or 2 steps towards the particular goals and aspirations you're looking up to. So, what does wellness freedom means to you, and how can listeners start accessing it?
So, well being freedom is exactly what we're just talking about. It's being more of yourself by facing yourself. If you're leading with a mask, if you are putting on a facade, if you're not showing who you really are because you're hiding behind the things you don't like about yourself and you're just not living with honor and being authentic, then your intentions don't line up. Your pathways of your choices don't line up. Nothing is matching. It's misaligned, you're mismatched. And your external world, everything around you is going to look different because there's no honesty in it. There's no realness in it. And so what we want to do is we want to continue the work on ourselves and implement the right practices, realistically practical rituals that are going to work for you, not any kind of nonsense that is way out of pocket, but just something that is tangible for your own life and personalized for you. Not somebody might be doing something that works for them, but it might not work for you. So it's just knowing what works for your own life. And then once you start moving in that direction and allowing for all of that to happen, then you create the well-being freedom for yourself. You'll start to feel more free because you're being more of me. You're coming home to yourself, allowing yourself to be yourself.
Yeah, amazing. Thanks, Samantha. So how has our motherhood shaped your personal development and coaching approach?
So, motherhood for me has been an incredible aspect to my life. It's hard to recall much before being a parent. I have one child and she is pure magic. She is my whole heart. She's such an amazing, incredible human. It's so fun to watch something that you created with source energy or whatever you want to call it, but the magic out there, she's physically here, and it's such a beautiful, awe-inspiring experience. As a former school teacher, I didn't have children yet or a child yet. And now I'm coaching, and it's like a different type of teaching, if you will. But nothing is making me more of a student of life than being a mother. It's so, so cool to see all the places that I need to keep growing and keep understanding myself so that I can reparent myself and all the things I didn't get from my childhood at the same time while honoring the great things I did get from my childhood. And then working with my daughter to shapeshift what she needs and do it in an even better way than I had. So, not everybody looks at it like that. Some people are like, yay, I love being a parent, and they're not really doing the work with their kids. But I'm taking it so seriously and making it go so deep that whatever I need healing with doesn't get passed on to her. So we're working in this way together, and it really is a very special job. It's my most honorable job that I will probably ever have, is being a mom.
Yeah. I think it just struck me immediately when you actually make reference of whatsoever I'm healing from wouldn't get passed on to her. And I think it really speaks a whole lot of volume in that some parents at the end of the day they can end up passing their aggression, their traumas, and a whole lot of things they have not healed from to their children, and the children unconsciously just inherit it without knowing that it was through their parents they actually got it. The fact that you're actually intentional about that just speaks volumes too. Yeah, it's really amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
So what is the most important habits or ritual you recommend for consistent self growth? What is the most important habit you recommend for consistent self growth?
So I think I always say this, and it sounds like so simple, but I like to take it back to the basics. A lot of people try to spin their wheels with all these things, cold plunges and, all these biohacking things. And a lot of the things out there are great. A lot of these healing tools are great. But at the end of the day, if we were fully stripped down and we didn't have money or the materials for the things that we need, we have to strip it down to just the basics: breath, communication, connection, empowering ourselves through understanding who we are, through all the relationships that we have around us, how we nourish ourselves, not just with food and drink, but with our internal thoughts, with the way we say things. It goes on and on. It's just really about looking at ourselves holistically, how we're connected to everything and who we're being in all the things that we're doing in every moment that we can bring more consciousness to it. So, whatever ritual that's going to look like for you, whether you need more meditation or you're not even doing it at all, are you sitting outside and feeling the sun? Are you just complaining that it's hot outside? Or are you actually thinking, okay, I'm sitting here, the sun is soaking in my skin, and I'm getting light codes from the sun? Like, who are you being in everything that you're doing? So there's so many different rituals out there that I think at the end, people really know what they need to do. They just need to do it.
Yeah. I think it's really giving that. Sometimes, yeah, I think the way you just said it just speaks because sometimes everybody know what they need to do, to get the best life they're looking forward to, the imaginative life, or the decision they want to make, or the place they want to go. Yeah, they know. It's just that thinking about it sometimes make them think they're making a decision, not knowing that thinking about it and taking actions is different. So just go ahead and do the thing, rather than thinking about it, planning about it, and still not doing it. Just remember that. Yeah, I think we don't need quick fix anymore. All we need to do is more like you already know what you need to do, so
Yeah.
do it
It's
anyway.
not
Because if you
it's
didn't do it,
not
you get stuck in that. Part. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's not about, hiring someone to tell you what to do. It's about hiring someone to help you honor what you already
yeah,
need, but bring it out of you, to help bring it out of you. Because most of the time, people that I work with, they already know what they need to do. They're just scared. And so they need to bridge the gap with their knowing, their intention, and then the action.
yeah.
And that's all it is. And then once they start making steps towards that direction they want to go, they realize it's not as scary as they thought. It's not that hard. It's all in their mind. It's all in their mind.
Yeah.
So and when you have someone to help you cross that bridge, then it just makes it a little bit easier.
Thanks so much. So Samantha, for my audience who want to reach out to you, who want to learn more about you, and who need you to hold their hands to actually more like cross the bridge between planning and decision, how can they reach out to you and where is the best platform?
Sure. So I have a website, rootswingswellness.com, and I have an Instagram account at rootswingswellness.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much, Samantha. Thank you for sharing your journey and insight. This story reflects the making of me. To our listener, definitely you're going to see the link to the website she just made reference of, so that you could actually get to connect with her. Yeah, thank you for tuning in and thank you for sharing your words of knowledge. It's really a pleasure and honor having you on the show.
Thank you as well. I appreciate it, Arrow.